how to get desensitized to women. And before I tell you how, maybe you're sitting there asking me why you should get desensitized to women, right? Well, that's simple. Once you get desensitized to something, you stop caring about it. You stop getting attached to it. You stop feeling anything for it, which is the number one thing you need to have under your belt to be successful with women and not have women walk all over you, not have women take advantage of you, not have women take all your resources and go off to monkey branch off to some other guy, is when you stop caring about them. If you don't care about someone, if you don't get your feelings involved in that, if you don't get attached to them, you're not going to push your resources to them. You're not going to end them. You're not going to spend your money in them. Maybe your time and energy a little bit, yeah, I get that, but your other resources, you're not going to spend them on them as much as you would if you didn't have that power of not caring about them, of not being desensitized to them, which gives you the power, which gives you the upper hand. In a relationship, it's always about a power struggle. Whoever has the more power in the relationship wins in the relationship, gets what that person wants out of the relationship. I talked about it in my other video. It's the title of the video is "It's always a power struggle in relationships." It's never equal partnership. It's never companionship. None of that. It's always about power. And I want you men to have that power over her. She should be serving you, not the other way around. You should not be taking her out on fancy dates, spending tons of money on the same girl, the same thing you'll be getting at the end of the night that you have been getting for the past, I don't know, however long you're with her. Fellas, the way you do that, the way you become desensitized, is by having sex with as many women as you can. Yeah, I said it. You need to go out and get laid. You need to go out and get your rocks off. However you do it, that's come entirely up to you. I do not care. I do not judge. And neither should you judge yourself. Neither should you care too much and dwell over too much about that. Worry too much about how you're getting it, who you're getting it from. Let's say she's a 4, and that's all you have tonight. Screw it. Screw her. Yes, have as many notches in your belt as you can. I gave you the green light. Go do it. They say that after a breakup, if you just sleep with as many women as you can, it's not gonna heal you. BS, man. BS. Bull. I call that bull. The best way to get over someone is to get under someone. Plain and simple. Or someone's. Multiples. Once you start getting laid over and over and over again, you're gonna be desensitized to sex, right? I had a time, I remember, where 3 different girls, I had lined 3 different girls up 3 nights in a row. Dude, by the time I was done with the third one on the third night, I told myself I don't even want to sleep around for like another month or 2. I was so tired of dealing with women. Just 3 days in a row. And that's exactly what's going to happen to you. Is when you start becoming desensitized, you're like, oh, another one? God, okay. It's going to start feeling like a chore. It's going to start feeling like feelingless, emotionless, which is what happens when you play video games so much. They talk about, oh, you become desensitized to violence, this and that, when you play so much Call of Duty or shooting video games where you're killing people and this and that on the video games. Now, I don't know how true that is, but I do know for a fact is that people who do play video games like that are more susceptible to do violent stuff. I've seen it with firsthand. Sorry, I take that back. Not more susceptible to do violent things, but more susceptible to accept violent things. They get, they're like, oh, cool, it's violent. Yay, great. They don't feel as much compassion, as much care about violence and other things going on when it comes to hurting people and people getting hurt, this and that. It's kind of like a cheat code that's been placed in the back of their head without them even knowing about it. That's exactly what's happening with you getting laid with multiple women. That's exactly what happens when you become rich. You have a lot of money. You start buying Lamborghinis and Ferraris. You have like 10 Lamborghinis in your garage. You don't feel as much attraction to Lamborghinis anymore. Same thing what happens when you get laid so much. You don't feel as much attraction to women, to I don't want to say to women. I want to say you don't feel as much attraction to putting in the work to get to women. Because you know what the end goal, what the end deal is. It's all the same. They all feel the same. If you turn the lights off and you were blindfolded, you probably wouldn't be able to tell a whole lot of difference. Let's say you slept with 10 girls. Now, the 11th girl comes up, or let's just bring the numbers even lower. Let's say you've slept with 5 girls. Now the 6th girl comes in your room, but this 6th girl is not really a new girl. This is one of the 5 girls you've slept with. So one of them came back on the 6th night to your apartment and you're blindfolded, the lights are off. Would you be able to tell who this person is? No, you wouldn't. Out of 5 people, you wouldn't be able to tell who this person is. Let's say they didn't change their perfume that they usually wear. Let's say they haven't changed anything about themselves. You just can't see what they look like. You can only feel. You still wouldn't be able to tell who she is. Because it's all the same. All of it. And once you start getting more and more of it, once you get enough of it, you know that this is true. And you stop chasing after them. You stop spending your valuable time after them. You stop draining your resources down on them. You start letting them take advantage of you. You start learning about their nature. That's why I highly just suggest that you should at least sleep with 100 girls, at least in your lifetime as a man. Sleeping with 100 girls in the West, in the Western civilization today, in this time of feminism, is nothing. You can literally get that done in 2.5 years or 2 years. If you're just like a guy who's a 7. You don't even have to be an 8, 9, or a 10 as a guy. If you're just a 7, you can get that done within 2 years. Now, yeah, I know that you might not be like banging out supermodels, 8s, 9s, and 10s. I get it. But as I said, your goal should be being desensitized to it, because then you can finally start seeing these girls for who they really are when you're talking to them. Then, in the back of your head, when you're talking to a new girl, you're not going to be thinking that, oh man, what's she going to look like? How she's going to feel when the lights turn off, when her clothes come off. You already know what she's going to look like. You already know what it's going to feel like. So that's not a big priority to you versus, okay, what is this girl bringing to the table? You're actually going to start, what is this girl bringing to the table besides her body? You're actually going to be able to start adding and subtracting and doing all that math. Okay, this is what she's bringing. Okay, I don't want that. Okay, no, this is toxic. Okay, that's a red flag. I don't want her. See what I'm saying with this? It's going to set you up for success. It's going to put you up ahead of so many guys out there if you start doing this. And again, it's fun. Sleeping around with a bunch of women is fun, as long as you use protection, as long as you don't do anything stupid, as long as there's consent from both parties. You need to protect yourself, man, not just from diseases, but also from legal system. As long as you're smart about that, as long as you don't tell her that, okay, I have lots of money in my bank account, I have this and that, so she can come back and bite you back in the butt because she wants more out of you now. She wants to file a false rape allegation to get more out of you. Again, if it's just gonna be a one night thing and you know that, you shouldn't even be telling a woman a whole lot of things about you to begin with. Just kind of like lie to her if you have to, if you don't want to tell her everything about you. Okay? Yeah, go ahead and lie to her. They lie to us all the time. Fellas, hope this video made sense. You know, the best way to get over someone is to get under someone. And also, what's going to happen when you have so many girls in your phone and you've been with so many girls is that you're not going to be having that one-itis anymore. You're not going to be even thinking about getting married and settling and this and that. I'll talk about what you need to do in another video, or what your options are in another video if you really want to get married someday. But that someday should never be in your lifetime when you're 30, 35, 42, 43. Maybe mid 40s, late 40s is when you should start thinking about marrying someone. Not until that point. And I know that a lot of guys on YouTube are usually young guys. So if you're watching this video right now, what you should be worrying about is getting on your grind, getting on your purpose, making money, making a lifestyle, staying in the gym, building a body, a Greek godlike body, and having fun with as many girls as you can. Now that doesn't mean that you need to blow excessive amount of hours and time on women, on dating apps, on going out on dates, and on swiping through them and talking to them on public and this and that. That doesn't mean that at all. If you're a guy who's, as I just mentioned, if you're a guy who is a 7 or an 8 even, you can find girls who are 5s and 6s and have fun with them, even 7s. They're easy for you because your status is higher than them. It's really easy for you. You don't even need to do any of that talking, any of that jumping through hoops that much. They still might try, but if you have red pill knowledge, you know how to avoid those and stick to your own plan instead of going along with their plan. Because we all know that they're out here trying to milk whatever resources they can from us. So don't let that happen to you. Be smart with your time. Use protection. Build your life. Then you can start having access to even better quality women. Until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and above all, stay classy.